Now, Megyn, the New York Times has become the latest liberal outlet to issue a humbling correction after initially running with this narrative that mounted Border Patrol agents on the southern US border were horsewhipping Haitian migrants. So footage surfaced of the Border Patrol officers confronting the migrants, but also more information emerged that the ropes swung by the agents were actually only used to control the horses, not the migrants. But of course, by this point, the Biden administration, much of the media had pushed the debunked claim that the reins were used as whips. Joe Biden even pledged that the agents would pay for the alleged behaviour. So, Megyn, I mean, this is a huge lesson for the media and why we have to ask questions, right?
And why it's good to have reporters get out of New York City and recognize in their reporting that they're damn Yankees and they don't know squat about how to ride a horse or keep control of a border. Most of which, most of these reporters have never even seen the southern border. And, this is one of the things that Fox News always did so well. And one of the reasons why it's the #1 news channel here in America, in the cable department. And it's because they try to remember that there's a whole other half of the country that doesn't live in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York City and Washington, D.C. And they do things like ride horses, Dan, and they understand how to use reins. And when a horse is going the wrong way or is potentially endangering itself or the rider, they do things like whip the reins around the horse's eye and ear so that it understands not to go that way. And this is what the Border Patrol said that they were doing. And when I came to this story, I've done these stories enough to know, okay, this has got all the hallmarks of a story the press is going to, if not willingly get wrong, then willfully blindly get wrong, right? Like the willful blindness is there, if not the actual intent, because it would seem in their minds to confirm all the beliefs that they have, the pre-existing notions about someone who is a Border Patrol agent versus someone who is a migrant, who is a person of color, who is there trying to create a better life for his family, right? These are the preconceived notions coming into it for the press. And the Border Patrol whipping the person of color who just wants to improve his life in the United States of America is exactly consistent with those pre-existing notions. It wasn't true. It was a lie. I looked at the pictures myself. From the first day, I said, I will wait. You show me the one where he actually whipped somebody. Totally open-minded. Can't wait to see it. If they did it, we'll condemn it. It didn't happen. The pictures never came. The video they kept showing me as the evidence of it didn't show that. And all you had to do was look at it with an open mind, never mind open eyes, to see it. And in the initial days last week, the press just kept saying, oh, whips. And then they changed it to whip-like devices. It's like, well, you mean reins? And then I kept looking for the moment where the reins hit the man. It didn't happen. The reins barely hit the horse. The reins were basically there to redirect the horse and control the horse. And by the way, the horse was being used to stop the man from coming into the United States again, which is exactly the Border Patrol's job. Now that guy's been placed on desk duty, as have the others who are in the pictures. The photographer who took the pictures initially said, I never saw any whipping of any kind. And now we understand it was some guy who works for a top Democrat super PAC raising money for him, who was the first one to sort of throw out the whips claim and pump it on social media, where people were just thrilled to go with it. And now there's no navel gazing. Now that it's come out, the guys are on desk duty. Joe Biden's threatening them personally, which a president should never do, saying they will pay. They will be held accountable. For what? For doing their job? For trying to keep order at a border that you don't care about at all? You're the one who endangered everyone in that picture, everyone, through your policies that don't care about the safety or well-being of the migrants or those that you've charged with enforcing the border.